Well, Chloe, thank you so much today for chatting to us about your show, Scary Goats Tour. I was wondering if you could start off by telling us a little bit about how this show has come about.
Yeah, well, my other job is I run ghost tours, and I was running a ghost tour one day, and there was this one guest who'd come along who was like cracking jokes, and he made one joke about goats, and I thought that was really funny. But then, I just kept thinking about it, and I thought, wait, hang on, there's definitely an idea for a show in here. And then I realised Comedy Festival was coming up, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to write a show. And one thing led to another, and there we had it.
So how did you go then when you sat down to write? Because like you said, you've got the experience that you've been running ghost tours, but then how did you work in goats into that ghost tour?
I had to do a lot of research. There's a lot of goat facts in the show, but there's a lot of goat resources available online. So I've learned a lot about goats, and there's quite a lot of there's a bit of an educational element in the show, because there's lots of interesting goat facts, but it's all done in quite a fun way, I think.
Yeah.
But it was actually really interesting learning about goats, because they're really weird, interesting creatures.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Growing up in a country town, I had a few friends, families who had goats, and they are known to do some really, really weird stuff. So what were some of the things that you learnt about goats that you found really fascinating or really interesting?
They don't have tear ducts. I thought that was pretty interesting. What else? I've got my list of goat facts that I've been referring to. I just find their eyes so fascinating.
Yep.
With their weird little pupils. And they actually have excellent night vision.
Yeah, okay.
And for the show, we've been looking a lot into goat physicality for a reason that I won't divulge now. But looking at how they talk, or what the sounds they make and how they move.
Yep.
And just the sounds that goats make. I find that the most bizarre thing, because goat noises sound almost like human yells.
Yep. Yeah, there's those screaming goats as well, of course.
Yeah.
So, one of the things I find really fascinating, and I'm not sure of the history and why it's so, but goats are quite often linked to the occult and Satan worshipping. Is that something that you kind of explore in this show as well?
Yes.
Yeah. So, did you learn anything about the history of that? Like, where did that come from?
I haven't actually looked into the history of that. I've looked into pretty much everything else. Yeah, I'm not actually sure why that's a thing.
Yeah, okay. So
it might have something to do with the hooves, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how you and Nathan are paranormal enthusiasts. Like, where did that interest come from, and how did you come about to actually be running ghost tours?
Yeah, Nathan and I have been friends for about 7 years now. We originally studied together, and we just sort of clicked when we first met, and it turned out we had a lot in common. We were both just really interested in a lot of weird stuff. And originally we actually went on a ghost tour together as guests, and we really enjoyed that. And then one time I was looking for work, and I thought, I really want to run ghost tours. So I contacted the ghost tour people, and then next minute I was running the ghost tours, which I love. It's one of my absolute favourite jobs. It's really cool. And yeah, so Nathan and I have tried all different things. We're both into tarot cards as well.
Yep.
We've tried a Ouija board once, but that was a bit scary. But yeah, ghost tours are awesome.
Yeah, I loved also that you said some of the influences on this show are Monty Python, Mighty Boosh, and the Cornetto trilogy. Tell us a little bit about those inspirations and how they all came together when you were putting together this production.
Yeah, I have grown up with British comedies. I was pretty much raised on Monty Python, Fawlty Towers, and I think there's a lot of those kind of influences just in my general speech patterns anyway. But as soon as I started writing, I knew that there was that sort of humour was what I wanted in goats. And Mighty Boosh was a very big influence on me in my early teenage years when I was a sad 14-year-old. And I think that kind of influence about the back and forth dialogue and the weird monsters really shows through in goats. And Cornetto trilogy, I love, especially Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Just the mix of the normal banalities with these like hardcore horror elements. That's definitely been a huge influence on how we've crafted goats, because we're trying to get a lot of comedy, so laugh out loud comedy with actual scary stuff as well, hopefully.
Yeah, you've also been able to put together an amazing cast as well. Tell us a little bit about that cast and how that feels for you watching your characters come to life on stage with these actresses playing the parts.
Yeah, the girls that we've got, I'm so impressed with them. We had so many people auditioning, and I'm so happy with the girls that we chose. We have Jessie Ancio, who's playing Mel. She is brilliant. She just brings this attitude to the character that really, really shines through. Then we have Amy Lee Raff playing Ree, who's the camera operator. She brings... she's been working on her goat physicality in rehearsals, and you'll find out why when you see the show.
Yep.
But she's just bringing this honesty to the character, which is really amazing. And then we have Dominique Shields playing Tess, the goat tour guide, and she is just attacking this goat tour guide persona and just bringing everything she can to it, and it's amazing. Every time we rehearse, she adds something extra in, and it's just so crazy. I never know what she's going to bring to it, and it's amazing watching her.
Yeah. How do you feel that this is your first theatre production and it's part of the Melbourne International Comedy Festival? Are you feeling really nervous about that, or are you genuinely excited?
A little bit nervous, mostly excited. It's so great to be in the festival because there's so many resources available to help bring the show up and get the name out, which is really, really great. A little bit nervous because there are so many shows on for the festival, but I'm so grateful that we've had the Comedy Festival's help and the help of the Butterfly Club as well to really help bring the show up and make it all that it can be.
Definitely. And for all our listeners out there, Scary Goats Tour is on from March 23rd to April 5th, 5:30 each night at the Butterfly Club at 5 Carson Place in Melbourne. And you can grab those tickets now at thebutterflyclub.com. Chloe, is there anything you'd like to say to our listeners out there before they go out and grab some tickets to go along and see Scary Goats Tour?
Yes. If you come and see Scary Goats Tour, you will laugh, you will scream, and you might even learn a few fun facts about goats.
Yeah, and I should point out too that $1 from every ticket sold will be donated to Animal Liberation Victoria. Was there a reason why you chose that charity to benefit from the show?
Yes, I was doing my research about goats, and then I found out about it had actually timed quite well. They'd just released these horrible videos of goat farms in Australia, and the farmers had been doing these horrible things to the baby goats, really quite barbaric. And that had just been released at the time I was doing all my research for the show. And Animal Liberation Victoria, it just so happens, have just started up this campaign called the Goat Truth Campaign,
yep,
where they're raising awareness of what's happening and trying to free some of the goats. So I thought that they would be a great charity to donate to. So $1 from every ticket sale is going to go to Animal Liberation Victoria to assist with their Goat Truth Campaign.
Definitely. And then for all our listeners out there, if you do want to support Animal Liberation Victoria, head along and check out Scary Goats Tour, March 23 to April 5th at the Butterfly Club, and tickets are available now from thebutterflyclub.com. Chloe, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We wish you all the best of luck with Scary Goats Tour.
Thank you so much.